Hey Sagittarius, happy birthday to those of you born this week. This reading is going to be for November 29 through December 5th. Can you believe it, guys? Already December. Holy moly. We're going to see what's coming up for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead, or whenever you happen to stumble upon this video. We're going to check in here and see what's coming up for the Sagittarius Collective. One more shuffle. You guys had a very powerful reading couple of weeks ago when we were coming into that eclipsed energy. So I'm intrigued. I want to know what's coming up for Sagittarius this week. You guys have been going through some powerful shifts. Sagittarius. But let's see what's coming up here. First card coming up is the Four of Wands. Now, I know that a lot of you are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and so for that reason, Four of Wands immediately gets typecast as like getting married, marriage, right? Going to a wedding or getting married. And some of you, don't get me wrong, some of you may definitely be manifesting that. Somebody may definitely be manifesting marriage. But if you're new to the channel, on the weekly forecasts, I like to look at the situation outside of love and romance. I kind of try to leave love and romance out of it in the weekly forecast, and I do love in the monthlies, and I put the love readings in the link in the description for the people that want to watch the love videos after. But when we're like not looking at love and romance, Four of Wands is a very stable, very happy home life, abundance, security, like a solid future. A lot of the times I even see Four of Wands come in a sense of like friends who are like a family, you know. And a lot of you probably have had that experience. Sometimes maybe you can't be that close with your family, they might be kind of toxic, or there might be some dysfunction there. But then there are certain friends that like they're more than a friend. That's like, you're like, this is my you know, sister from another mister, this is my brother from another mother. Like you just have this bond. It's like your family. And so Four of Wands, I see a lot of the times in that kind of situation when you have relationships that like they're very, very supportive, that like they have your back, they're very secure, right? It's like this is my family. This is my family of choosing, or soul family even. I also have seen Four of Wands come up in a situation more than once. I've seen this happen more than once, where there's like this unbearable living situation. An unbearable living situation, and then all of a sudden, Spirit comes through with a very miraculous move, with a very miraculous like new living situation. So some of you might be in a situation where it's really toxic and you need to get out. You're like, you know, like I know I gotta get out of here, but you might be really stressed out. You might be really freaked out, like, but how am I gonna do it because I don't have the money to do it? I can't afford to go and put, you know, a down payment on an apartment, or not down payment, what do you call it, deposit, you know, or, you know, I can't afford to pay rent on my own, or, you know, you might have this stress. I have seen it happen. There have been times in my life personally when I've been really broke and I've been in a bad living situation more than once. I've been there more than once. And I would pull Four of Wands for myself. I'd be like, okay, like, what does that mean? And then not long after, something very miraculous would open up, where it was like, okay, well, now I have a space where I'm away from the toxic energy and I can like rebuild my life. I can do what I need to do. I can focus on me. And so Sagittarius, I'm telling you from my experience and the way that I've seen Four of Wands come up over the years, some of you are very discouraged about a current living situation. Please, please, please have faith. Continue to pray. And continue to know that your angels are with you and they're helping you. Okay? They're continuing to help you. And that doors can open up and miracles can definitely happen. So, you know, pray for guidance and pray that you be guided to take the steps that you need to take for the doors to open. And they will. Okay, they will. You know, just pray for that guidance. The next card that's coming up here for Sagittarius is the Eight of Wands. How very beautiful. And look, we have all this wand energy, which is fire, and you guys are fire. So as I said, Sagittarius, you guys had very powerful readings lately where you guys are really kind of in like owning your energy and like really kind of coming up. And now we have your element coming in through the reading. So you guys are definitely in your full force Sagittarius energy here, right? You're making the most of it. You're using it wisely. Eight of Wands here is going to be delays are over. Delays are over. Things are moving forward. Blockages have been removed. Eight of Wands is communication. It can be good news, right? Some of you might be hearing good news that you're going to be, getting married or planning for the future. Some of you are hearing very good news that a door is opening for you and getting you out of a toxic situation. You may be receiving word that you're receiving some kind of help, whether it's financial assistance, whether it's through an organization or a shelter or a place that helps, people get out of, domestic situations, whatever it might be. Some of you might be receiving good news this week that help is on the way, or something is finally moving along, something is finally moving forward. For some reason, I feel for some of you, this is some kind of a job opportunity that you've been waiting on in order to move, in order to make a geographical move. And so you may be receiving good news this week that, hey, you got the job and you're like making plans to move. Eight of Wands is just very fast moving energy. And oftentimes there's an element of passion with the Eight of Wands. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're going into it with a sense of passion, with a sense of excitement, right? Like you're looking forward to it. It's not just like where like you're just kind of like shoulders are droopy and you're dragging your feet like, okay, I guess I'll go here. No, like you're excited. You're like, yes, 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 right? So I'm telling you, Sagittarius, you guys are on this upswing. You guys are in this time of great change where you're excited and you're feeling in control and you're seeing your ability to manifest. You're seeing things actually materialize for you. The next card that's coming up for Sagittarius is the Knight of Swords. Now, I know Knight of Swords has the reputation of being drama or fighting or disagreement. And this can absolutely be the case for those of you who are having an opportunity to move on. You're having the opportunity to leave a job, or you're having an opportunity to move out of a certain place. And you might be going, you might be saying, oh, I just got a job offer, I'm going to be accepting, bye. Or, oh, I'm going to be moving, bye. Now, depending on how hostile or how volatile the situation might be, maybe it's going to be best for you not to say anything. Maybe it's going to be best for you to just kind of dip and then just be like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm gone now. I've had to do that in a very crazy relationship in the past. I got to go to another state to visit my aunt because she's really sick. And my aunt was sick. And I got there, I was like, oh, I'm not coming back. I've done that before. Right? And my ex-husband was like, why didn't you tell me you weren't going to come back if you knew if you were leaving? I said, well, what would you have done if I had told you that I was leaving, not coming back? And he's like, there's not a chance in hell you would have made it through that door. I would have just knocked you out. I was like, well, then that's probably why I didn't tell you, So some of you might be in that kind of a situation, where you're getting out of a bad situation, but this person, there might still be like this opposition where this person is like, you're not leaving. You're not leaving. You don't get to go. And so if that's the case, if you're dealing with that kind of person, it might be a better idea for you to just kind of look when the coast is clear, skedaddle, and then, maybe just kind of let them know, hey, I'm not coming back. That can be the meaning for some of you with this Knight of Swords, because Knight of Swords can have the energy of like steamrolling over a person, like it's going to be their way and you're going to listen to them. Now, the other layer of the Knight of Swords, the other way that the Knight of Swords can come up is things being sped up, things being escalated, right? So you were waiting for this news to come in, and this news came in, and you're like, okay, I'm probably gonna, start, towards the end of the year, or I'm probably gonna start in 2 weeks. And that job might tell you, look, we're sorry, but we can't give you 2 weeks. If you're going to take it, you're going to start now. We need you now. Or we need you to start packing. We need you to start moving and come out here for your training. Or whatever it might be. Or maybe some of you have been engaged or something, and now you're deciding to move things forward, right? Like push things forward instead of pushing things back. Something is being escalated. Something you thought was going to happen later down the road is being sped up. It's being sped up, and it's going to be happening much sooner. Now, because we have these very positive cards, we know whatever is being sped up is a positive thing, right? It's a good thing for you. The next card that's coming up for Sagittarius, speaking of good things, is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, traditionally speaking, Ace of Pentacles can definitely be a new job, a promotion, a new contract, a new offer. A lot of the times in financial situations, I see it come up where it's a massive step up, right? It's like really, it's improving your quality of life or your quality of living. It's a higher amount of money than you've ever made before in your life. It's like you're moving up to next level here with Ace of Pentacles. But the reason why Ace of Pentacles makes me so happy when I see it come up, over the years reading for people, one of the things I've noticed is that the Ace of Pentacles tends to come up for someone when you're breaking out of generational curses. Generational curses, inherited lower vibrational energies, the same way that you inherited the color of your eyes and how tall you are and the shape of your body or your frame, your skin tone, your hair type. We inherit all of that in our DNA. The same way that you inherit all of those physical things in your DNA, you inherit things spiritually in your DNA, energetically. And so when I see the Ace of Pentacles, you're breaking out of those lower vibrational inherited energies or things in your spiritual makeup. You are literally, when I see Ace of Pentacles, you're literally like morphing and evolving, like going through a spiritual evolution. Your spiritual DNA is changing and shifting and evolving. So you might be really physically tired. You might have a lot of really good things happening for you. And you're like, I should be out celebrating, or I should be having people over, or I should be, feeling a lot more excited. And you might find that at the end of the day, you can't wait to go to bed early, right? You're like, 7 p.m., I'm going to be in my PJs and, nighty-night, right? And you might be kind of hard on yourself about this. But when you're going through a shift and a release like that, and you're going through changes like that, sometimes we can be very physically tired. So pay attention to that. Don't push yourself too hard. Go easy on yourself. Okay? Don't feel like just because good things are happening in your life, you're supposed to be on party mode. And you're supposed to be like, getting all this stuff done because your circumstances are improving. You may need to rest. You may need to recover from what you've been through, and you may need to rest as you're going through this shifting and this changing and this release and breaking out of the generational curses and breaking out of the lower vibrational energies that you may have inherited. Ace of Pentacles also comes up when you're breaking out of dysfunctional patterns that you may have inherited, right? Like you're breaking a cycle or you're breaking a chain. It's ending with you. It's no longer going to continue because you're putting an end to that dysfunctional cycle or dysfunctional pattern that maybe runs through your family. I do feel that for many of you, there's really good news coming your way around your finances or getting out of a toxic or dangerous situation. And again, you're breaking the cycle, but I feel like there's an attachment to it where you might come from a family where even in your own upbringing, it was feast or famine. Like when money was good, oh my gosh, was it good. And when money was bad, it was scary bad, right? Like you don't know if you can have a roof over your head. There's not going to be food to eat kind of situation. I feel like some of you are coming from like really extreme roller coaster of finances and security. And if you look at your family history, there may even be a family history of people who have made it really big, have been very successful, and then they've lost everything. Right? Like they just went really high and then they just kind of crashed financially. I feel like a lot of you are breaking out of this cycle, inherited cycle of feast or famine. You're coming into solid, secure abundance. Sure, we know money comes and money goes, and there's going to be times that you have more money and there's going to be times that you have less money. That's normal, but I feel like you're breaking out of those extremes where it's just like it's either really good or, oh my gosh, I'm really scared right now because I don't know where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do or where I'm going to get something to eat or how I'm going to be able to get something to eat, right? Those two extremes. So you're breaking out of the extremes. Of course, anytime, there's times that we have more money, there's times that we have less money, but you're breaking out of that extreme opposites. You're breaking out of that feast or famine, okay? Your next card coming up here, Sagittarius, is the Nine of Wands. Look at this, how beautiful. Over half your cards are wands. Over half your cards are fire, and I love it. Nine of Wands is like you are so close to the finish line. You have absolutely, positively no idea how very close you are to the finish line. You may have been putting a lot of really hard work on yourself or into yourself and into your goals, and you may be feeling kind of discouraged. I feel, Sagittarius, some of you are beating yourself up because there's something you wanted to accomplish by your birthday and it didn't happen, and you're kind of beating yourself up about it. Or you want to accomplish it by your birthday and it might not happen exactly by your birthday, but it might happen a week after your birthday, right? Or you're wanting to do it before the end of the year and it might not happen by December 31st, but it's happening January 2nd or January 3rd. Like, it's so close. It is so very close. So if you feel like you're missing some kind of a deadline or some kind of a mark, Spirit is saying it's not going to be far outside of that date that you had put in your mind. It's very close. Also, as these new opportunities are coming in, you might be a little bit on the defensive. You might be like, well, I don't know. I don't want to accept the wrong opportunity, right? Like, I don't know if I don't want to accept the wrong job. I don't want to accept the wrong relationship. I don't want to accept the wrong living situation. And you might be a little bit guarded because in the past you've been burned, right? And this symbolism here, every single one of those sticks belonged to a person who came up to him and challenged him and tried to take him down, tried to beat him up. Now we see there's a bandage around his head. He got hurt. He's not without injury, but he's alert. He's still standing. And he took that stick away and he put it in the ground behind him as this little trophy, this little symbol of victory. And he's done it 9 times. And he's ready for the 10th one. He's like, that person's going to get knocked out when they show up. I'm over this. I'm done, right? And so that one last battle, that one last push is coming up. But you have had 9 before this one. You've had 9 before this final push. And it's made you a better fighter. It's given you better tools. When 9 of Wands comes up, you've already been through it. There is absolutely, positively nothing new under the sun that anybody can come at you with. You've seen every lie. You've seen every manipulation. You've seen every dirty little trick. You know what the red flags are. As long as you're being alert, you're not going to get taken advantage of. As long as you're paying attention, you're not going to let in the wrong person or choose the wrong opportunity. Your gut knows. You come across somebody like, wow, I went on that job interview, but I was walking through or I was talking to the person and they really reminded me of that one boss that was always trying to get me to do sketchy stuff. And I was always having to check my paycheck because they would do weird things on my paycheck. They would supposedly forget, to put in hours, or they would forget to put in my overtime or my bonuses. I always had to be on them. I always had to go to the payroll and be like, oh, my check is incorrect, right? Pay attention to that. Or you come across a person, you're like, this reminds me of that one cousin that was always trying to turn people against me. They were always spreading rumors about me and my family. Or this person really reminds me of that one ex. Oh my gosh, they really, 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 swept me off my feet, but they were very lying and manipulative, and they were not faithful ever. Pay attention. When you come across a person that's reminding you of somebody from your past, that's not you being judgmental. That's your intuition saying, this is familiar energy. We've been here before. We already took this class. We don't need to do this lesson again. So pay attention. Your gut knows. Your intuition knows. And then you're not going to let in the wrong person, because you've been there, you've done that. So 9 of Wands is saying trust in your power of perception. Trust in the experience that you have, that you're going to be able to make the right decisions for yourself. Okay? You may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos. Some weeks are going to resonate for you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week ahead. Be sure to check out the love videos in the description for those of you who want to see love and romance for December. And I'm thinking of starting to do a little quick card of the day in the shorts. Last week I did a card of the week, and people seem to like it, and I was thinking it might be fun to do a card of the day. I don't want to get overly ambitious and make promises, but I might be trying that out for a while, and you guys will have to let me know how you like it, to have the weekly message and then every morning start the day with a card for the different signs. So we'll see but I kind of feel like I want to try to incorporate that. You guys have to let me know what you think about it, if you find it to be helpful. If it's helpful for enough people, then I'll definitely do it. Forecast for 2022, you're going to see them coming up on Monday, which I think is the is it the 30th? No, the 29th, right? Yeah, the 29th, you'll be seeing the 2022 12-month forecasts popping up for the different zodiac signs as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.